My name is Diop Shumake. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. A lot of people don't, when you think about cannabis, you think about just getting high and sitting on the couch. The typical view of cannabis, what propaganda has destroyed the view of it. But cannabis is more than that. It's more than just the getting high and the munchies thing. It's really it's a medicine. It's been turned into medicine for people who have autism. It's been turned into people for athletes who have injuries and put on CBD rolls on their elbows or knees. It has changed people's lives. It saved lives. One of my cousins, he had blisters all under his armpits, and there was literally no medicine that was helping him alleviate the pain and just remove those blisters, those bumps that he had under there. So one day he came to me. He was like, "Hey, Diop," came to me and my pops, and he was like, "Hey, Diop, how can I get rid of this? I heard about this CBD thing, and does this work?" So he tried one of the oils and he started rubbing it on his body. Within weeks, it was gone. It's more than just smoking. It's more than just eating edibles. It's healing, and it's one of the best things to get into it. So from that and from those experiences, I got into I started looking into the research of it. Started looking to the actual data behind how many people is it affecting. What can I do behind it? What can I do to impact and make a change? So I started Cairo's Cannabis Research Foundation. I reached out to many doctors, reached out to different institutions, but talked to Dr. Gus Rosnia, who believed in what I was doing at the University of Michigan, and we started working together to raise some money behind this and truly make a change. So, yeah. So the reality of cultivation and actually doing the work is something totally different than you see on Instagram and social media. It is, nowadays, you start seeing people with the big turkey bags on, IG, like, I'm trapping, I'm 2 Chainz, whatever. But it's not that. Like, it's the cannabis industry it's new, it's cool. People are getting into it, but actually cultivating is some very technical, hard work, especially on a commercial scale. So, the first week I started cultivating, it was a very new farm. I was working 20 hours a day, where, you're going from, clones all the way up to growing mothers, growing, flowering the plants, trimming them, making sure, you don't have any pesticides on them, any mold, anything. Like, you're monitoring these plants like babies. So make sure the lighting's correct. It's very technical. So I was waking up at 5 a.m. every day. I would get to the farm. I would check in, see how many people that we had that day. Go check on the clones, check on the babies first. Make sure they're warm and they're right temperature. Get the trimming. Go to the plants that are flowering. Go to the plants that are budding. At this point, your clothes are smelling like, it's just filled with just marijuana. Clothes are sticky, hands sticky. They're lifting cocoa bags to put into the pots. It's some serious work. It's not easy, but it's very rewarding, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I start with this. Morehouse initially was not my first school I wanted to go to, but the experience that I got while I was there was something I couldn't trade for anything else. Like, it has benefited me in so many different ways. I have the network, the people that I've been introduced to have changed my life, and my, just the mental aspect, how I think, how I talk, how I network. I mean, in networking piece, just getting into those doors you never thought you would get into. Having a brother or alumni or a mentor just to call on and be like, hey, like, I'm looking to get into this new industry. Do you have any connects, or do you have any advice? What I should do, how I should talk, how I should prepare myself. And I don't think you can get that at any school. The connection is like, it was really brother, sister, uncle, auntie. I mean, I feel like I had a family away from home, so it was a blessing. So being out in California, I got into running. I got into being active because, just going back to talking about those working days, I wasn't taking care of my mental health. I mean, it was every day you're working and you're not checking in with you. So I would have days where I'm just, I would go to sleep and not wake up. And you're having these darker thoughts about God knows what. So I had to find a way to not really distract, but refocus myself, and train my mind, get it the oxygen that it needed. So I looked at this article, just reading, like, I like to read, like to look at articles online. So I look in Runner's World magazine, and they had an article that popped up on my timeline, and it was talking about running and how it helps with, your depression, how it helps with, mental illnesses. Uh, so I just decided one day, wake up at 4 uh, to go running. So one of the growers there, one of the partners at the farm, we would wake up at 4 a.m. and just go for a 2 mile run, and then go to work. And I saw a drastic change in my energy, drastic change in how I thought about myself, and performing while at the farm. So, um, yeah, it was very beneficial to my mental health first, and then beneficial to my body. So I started getting into running and cycling, swimming, boxing, surfing, all type of stuff. So yeah, runner's high 5K is a run slash walk. I mean, run slash walk for raising funds and awareness for cannabis research. I started it because I was in the cannabis industry. I was cultivating in California, and I was focusing on my mental health at the time. And naturally, I have an entrepreneurial spirit, so I just really just combined the two things that I was passionate about, and decided to make something of it. I know a lot of people, you have cannabis, not cannabis, but cancer walk, for cancer walk for awareness, for Alzheimer's, things of that sort. But I did my research and found out, a lot of people use cannabis to heal all type of issues and injuries, ailments, and there's a true following behind it. So why can't we do the same thing where we're running and walking for cannabis research? So that's why I started Runner's High 5K. I can talk about my relationship with Gage Cannabis Co. And we partnered through my initiatives, Runner's High 5K and Kairos Cannabis Research. What we're trying to do is make an impact in the community that we're in. My focus has always been, even outside of cannabis, was to make an impact in my community and where I'm from. A lot of people of color don't have access to the industry itself. So, with Kairos and being a vehicle, and with, even Take Detroit, working with dispensaries and who want to get into social equity, who want to make impact in the community that they're in, you need the correct vehicle, and the correct vehicle can be Kairos, can be Take Detroit, where we are raising funds and awareness for cannabis research and want to, again, impact the community. So, say if people of color have been put in jail hand over fist and haven't had access to making a profit from the industry that they have been in, just by selling dime bags, or just simply just smoking at at their own place. So working with us and working with people who are on the ground doing the actual work and not just talking about it. I think that'll give you some more leverage and some more genuine energy with your with your customer base. So I would love to partner with different dispensaries that are partnering and popping up in the city of Detroit. Let's make some change. Really hope people who are listening to this and people who are looking at this interview. The question is always, how can I get in the industry? How can I get into cannabis? And my thing is, everybody is gifted at something. I am blessed to have a lot of skills. Blessed to know great people. But one thing that I think the key thing about me is my ability to think, ability to create something from scratch. So if you are in a data analysis, or you're a painter, or you are a cook, just attaching cannabis to it makes you and puts you in the cannabis industry. It's not very difficult. What it's difficult is being consistent about the things that you do. So I think, I hope you look at this interview and, I'm not anyone special in that way. I just, stay consistent and keeping going. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So, yeah.